Hi, I'm Dr. Tuepenz.
And I'm Gaplord.
And we are the Juice Crew Villans. Get down. Get away from the window. Get in the tub. They shooting again. Don't call the police though.
I never say the hoe. I got that Tony Satchery oregano. Fuck is a money problem. Speaking on flavor, bitches call me Baskin Robbins. Barbecue with the sauce. I got a fucking season cabinet in my house. You might call that your closet. Man, I'm dripping, plumbers can't fix my water faucet. You should proceed with caution. Hit you with the bat, man, if you think of robbing. Nigga, I'm dental flossing. Only picking up the phone when the money calling. If it ain't money calling, you can't even speak to me. Chat with my assistants. Cause money talks and the bullshit walks. And y'all niggas go the distance. I sit back reminiscing about the times when I was broke, now that's non-existent. Y'all niggas inconsistent. I got prison boys, gifted and I'm persistent. Bank account never insufficient. Married to the money, hoe can't get no commitment. Bitch, I'm ballin', check my statistics. Can't associate with.
So today we'll be discussing what is mansplaining.
Yeah.
And then we'll get this guy's opinion and explanation of what mansplaining is. And then, we'll discuss it.
I have a confession to make. I've been recently diagnosed with a critical yet common condition among men known as mansplaining.
Once you come see me, I'm the doctor. I can get you off of that.
So, what is mansplaining? Well, it's a condition that affects many men who believe that it is our natural born right to talk over, interrupt, and especially explain things to women on topics that affect women, are predominantly about women, and that they're probably experts on in the first place. And that's condescending. A recent example of this was Matt Damon, who interrupted a woman of color by the name of Effie Brown, who is a black woman filmmaker, to explain diversity to her.
How dare you
interrupt
a black woman, white man?
A black woman of color.
A black woman of color. She a black and she of color.
Something we have to think about.
I'm glad Effie flagged the issue of diversity for all of us, because filmmaking should throw a broader net, and it's high time for that to change. But ultimately, if suddenly you change the rules of this competition at the 11th hour, it just seems like you would undermine what the competition was supposed to be about, which is about giving somebody this job based entirely on merit and leaving all other factors out of it. It's just strictly a filmmaking competition.
I think the whole point of this thing is you go for the best.
Oh, gosh.
Right. Matt Damon explained diversity and how it works to the only black woman of color filmmaker in a room full of white filmmakers. And that's condescending. See, so Matt Damon wasn't only mansplaining. In this case, he was also white-splaining, which is very similar to mansplaining, in that you take the gender in one and replace it for the race in the other. White-splaining is when a white person tries to interrupt and lecture a person of color on a topic that specifically affects people of color. But anyhow, returning to mansplaining, men with this condition feel that our opinions matter so much that they have to be heard, even if it's on subjects that we don't have a damn clue what we're talking about, or on life experiences that we as guys could never really experience. Now I know what you must be thinking. How does someone even develop this condition? Well, odds are if you were born a guy, you probably have traces of this condition in your system, and that's a result of social conditioning. Social conditioning is a problem.
It's in our DNA.
Yeah, to be a mansplainer.
It's your social conditioning. So does that mean that we're socially conditioned to be mansplainers, but for women, it's no such thing?
There's no such thing for women. And if that's the case, then I always gotta go back to the homies in the hood. They conditioned to be gangsters.
Gangsters, yeah.
So it's okay.
Conditioning is a process of training people in society to respond in a manner that is generally approved by the society at large. Think about a toddler that is crying and eventually gets what he or she wants. If this behavior is always rewarded, well, now the toddler knows and is conditioned to cry whenever he or she wants something. Those same rules apply to society at large. We as humans are rewarded or punished depending on our behavior. So basically, men are the toddlers in this situation. And unfortunately, based on historical context, men are more often rewarded in society and encouraged to continue our behavior of taking up space, interrupting, and explaining things to women. Writer Soraya Chimali has a simple explanation for this. She said, and I quote, "This is good old-fashioned sexism expressed in genderized socialization and a default cultural preference for institutionalized male domination of public life." Which is why...
What?
Because she said it. It's true.
Yeah, it's true. He's simping. This is what a simp look like, ladies. Beware. This is what we call him. This this is a panty dropper. That's Mr. Panty Dropper. Alex the panty dropper. Oh God, what a simp.
Why guys feel entitled to take over a conversation and start talking about a subject that we have no damn clue what we're talking about, or on topics that we as men could never even experience. So now I know what you must be thinking. Okay, but is there a cure to this condition? The good news is, if you're still watching this video, you now know what mansplaining is. And once you know something, you can't unknow it. It's just the way the brain works. Basically, as guys, we have to dig deep and really think to ourselves, do we know what we're talking about? Because if you don't, shut up. Simple as that. I've been prescribed a medication known as Check This Stuff. I take my daily dose, and I suggest you do the same. Just to let you know, side effects may include salty feelings towards women. But you'll get over it. You'll live.
Alex need to come see me for another dose of self-Chexagon. Because you a man. And just because you explain something to somebody doesn't mean you're mansplaining. Goodness gracious.
That man was sick.
Yeah, man. I hope he don't make, I don't know if he still make videos like that, but that was definitely some simpery at its finest.
Yeah. So you think it's an effort to reel in women?
Oh yeah, it's definitely an effort that men use to reel in women. It's gonna work. If you start acting like, you're on their side and stuff like that, you over here with them, and then at the end of the night, you over here getting mad at this guy, and you at the house with her, and then y'all have a passionate night of love making. You simping your way into that.
He agree with everything you say.
Everything you say. No matter what it is.
You don't want somebody around you who's going to agree with everything you do.
Especially a man.
Yeah. Now that's ridiculous. But I know that those men do attract a lot of women.
And I understand. So
more control.
Hey, well, first thing.
Let's define what mansplaining is based off of,
pull the words out.
The Googles. They say it's a blend of word of a man and the informal form of the gerund, which is a pejorative term meaning of man. So explain what pejorative is.
Man, we gotta go back to gerund.
Oh, gerund?
It's a non-finite verb. Forms in various languages, most often, but not exclusively, one that functions as a noun. What is it? It's subject by mod. It's such as being modifiable, an adverb, and being able to take direct object. Gerund. What are we talking about with these words, man? I had to go back to that though. I had to go back to gerund. Gerund is crazy, but then we just gonna go back to pejorative. I'm gonna just get on my pejorative because that's what I know. And pejorative is a word or grammatical form expressing a negative connotation, a low opinion, or lack of respect towards someone or something. It is also used to express criticism, hostility, or disregard. Sometimes the term is regarded as pejorative in some social or ethnic groups, but not in others. Or may be originally pejorative, but later adopt the non-pejorative sense, or vice versa, in some or all contexts. Let me tell y'all something.
So real quick. So it's a pejorative term meaning of a man. Mm-hmm. So that's specifically describing all those bad traits of a man.
Yeah, it's basically saying men ain't shit.
Okay.
It's a negative word for men.
It's to comment on or explain something to a woman in a condescending, overconfident, and inaccurate or oversimplified manner.
This shit is too deep. How do you explain something overconfidently?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to explain it? Oh, well, if you just try a little harder, you can get up the pole.
Oh, yeah.
What?
How are you over?
How can you tell someone they're overconfident? Like, what are you talking about? I would think overconfidence would be something like, I think I can jump over the fucking, the stairwell.
Yeah.
And you try it and you fail.
I think they look at it as overconfident if you're not of the same sex explaining things.
Oh. So why they just don't say that then?
Because they don't think there's no way that a man could know anything that affects women, which is untrue.
But women can know things that affect men.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How can that even work? How does that even work? I get it. This is one of those things that people want to say and use to feel good. People want to feel good more than they want to hear the truth. And that's the problem.
I oftentimes hear I hear
crazy.
mansplaining used to, it's usually when a man asks a really direct, it's usually targeted at white men too. But black men are often accused of it too. But it's like usually used to deflect the difficult question that someone doesn't want to answer.
I'm gonna start doing that.
So it's like when you respond with something and it ends with a difficult question, they usually say it's mansplaining. Like, why does that even matter? You're mansplaining. Like, why can't you just answer the question? It would require you to answer something that you would have to be honest or, blatantly, like, unmoral.
Well, you know why they can't answer the question?
Yeah.
Because they don't want to, they'd rather feel good than hear the fucking truth. Because if you have to answer a question, with the truth, and the truth goes against what you're saying, you don't feel good. You don't feel good. The truth, what?
Yeah, it doesn't
hurts.
back up what you believe.
It hurts. And you don't want to believe it. So you make up a negative, another stupid word, another one. Oh Lord, take this word and add this word, and here we go. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did the book Slave Moms, to break down words so people can understand that this stuff isn't real. The only thing that's really facts is math. You know what I'm saying? These words that people are making up to communicate is baloney. It's based off how people feel. It's not based off of what's really happening. In the reality that we live in. If you don't like the way somebody's saying something to you because it's the truth, well, then it's obvious it's a problem with you. But if you're too chicken shit to look inside yourself and say, hey, I'm wrong, then you're the one with the problem. And a lot of you aren't going to say that outside, out loud with your mouth, but on the inside, in the deepest crevices of your cerebral cortex, I'm right.
And it's another thing and it says it's condescending. To be like, man. So, in condescending is having or showing a feeling of patronizing superiority.
How do you do that though?
That's a subject. It's subjective.
Anybody can say that.
Somebody can just say that to you, and it's like, well, and if the guy's like, oh no, I'm not being condescending. They're like, yes, you are. What makes it actually condescending is how that person feels.
And that's not what.
And it's like, but in that guy's mind, he's like, no, I'm not being condescending.
It's just how I talk.
Yeah, and it's nothing wrong to be direct, like as long as they're not being disrespectful.
What are we talking about?
To him, he's not feeling condescending. What feeling makes what more valid? Is it the women's feelings are more valid than the men's feelings? Because that's what it comes down to. Is feelings.
And feelings are not facts.
Which one is fact though? The men's or the?
That's what it should. That's what it should be based off of. It should always be based off of what's the facts of the case. If we can't base this case off of facts, then we need to take a step back until we get the facts. Without facts, it's not 2. 1 + 1, like you're doing algebra and you got X, plus 1 = 2.
Yeah. Because it makes the spaceship fly.
You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta figure out, we gotta solve for X. And y'all putting 3 right there.
And the superiority thing, it's like patronizing superiority. So it's like you feeling like someone thinks they're superior to you, that's a you problem, not a them problem. Like just because they're supposed to be confident. And you feel that they're superior to them, not them. That's just how confident they are. You feel that they think they're superior to you. because it shouldn't have nothing to do with you feeling not superior to as another person.
That's crazy. That's just crazy.
They talking about they don't have to say it, and like, no, that's you. That's a you low confidence type.
It's like
that you dealing with within.
It's almost like people just love being the victim out here. I mean, y'all just love being the victim. Y'all look for any reason or any excuse to be a victim of something, and it's just pathetic. I mean, it's outright pathetic. It's just another term that people have been using. I guess it's been around for a little while, but it's just like, come on, man. Like, we gotta get through this. Oh, well, y'all need to get through this because I'm not a part of y'all no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Like, anybody, I can't do it. Like, I can't be a part of you people. You people have become so weak that you'll settle for anything just to feel good for a little while. Just to feel good like a crackhead. Like, come on, man. Like, this isn't real. And if you're claiming this to somebody, you're trying to put this on somebody, you're very wrong. And you should check yourself. You should come see me, Dr. Tuepenz. Set up an appointment. Send me an email at drtuepenz@outlook.com. And we can get you an appointment set up. I'll get you prescribed with at least 3 grams of self-Chexagon, and you'll be ready to go.
Self-Chexagon.
The East Side, shout out to the East Side group of the East Side group therapists, the East Side therapist group, I mean.
You know.
Hey.
But
anyway.
And, you know, you guys let us know what you think about mansplaining. Is it a real thing to you, Dr. Tuepenz?
Hell no.
Yeah, I would concur.
We debunked that. Yeah. And
I would concur. It's just your feels, misleading you.
Right here.
Yeah, your feelings are misleading you, and it's causing conflict between 2 genders, and it's causing miscommunication.
It's confusing to people.
Yeah, that's
and
all.
Y'all gonna fuck the children up. We ain't gonna go there though.
You can't be. Yeah. So, you know, you guys let us know what you think. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And set the notification ring onto your YouTube.
Or if I see you in the streets, I'm gonna hop out them bushes, wherever you at. It's gonna be some bushes, and I'm gonna be in them with that yapper. Hopping out.
Make you walk it out.
All that, man. Y'all women's planet. Fucking bitches.
Brent's interruption is valid because Sarah said the word bike, and Brent knows a lot about bikes. I had one when I was 6. Sarah literally would not know what to do with herself had Brent
Shut
not.
up, bitch. It keeps going further and further to the left every week.
What?
Seats.
What you mean?
I used to be sitting about right here. I started about right here.
Man, you get that fucking HDMI cord, nigga. Look it up to the TV, blood. Change some angle.
Right. You ready?
Yeah. It's Drew Brown in the building. What a place to be. Niggas can't see me since the age of 3.
5, 4, 3, 2.
These niggas stunt for the gram. Mugging while they taking selfies. Pointing they gun at the cam. All them little Ronald McDonald's. Got the max, but they some clowns. On 3, my nigga get gangster. While I push this red button down.